Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the open Great League and let's try to get some wins. So we're going to be using the Shadow Feraligatr paired with the Clodsire and the Shadow Drifblim in the back. Pretty good lead. They switch out into their Shadow Victory Bell. So it looks like this is a fast move team. We're going to go to the Drifblim to resist all these moves. We tank the Leaf Blade. We're looking for the farm down. No farm down, but simultaneous KO. So this comes down to 50-50. What do we think they're going to bring in? We think they're going to bring their backline. No, it ends up being the Bastiodon. But this Clodsire is still pretty good against this. So we're going to stay in. They're also staying in, which is very interesting because if they had a good answer to it, they would have switched out already, right? So they're throwing the Stone Edge, we can resist it, and we're just trying to gain as much energy as possible. So throwing on good timing here, this is going to KO or is going to grab a shield. They decided to let it go, and there is the Shadow Grotto running the Razor Leaf. So they end up having a triple fast move team, double Razor Leafers in the back. Luckily, we did have the answer Core Breaker. Clodsire was the great core breaker between the Razor Leafer and the Bastion, but look how close it's going to be. We're only going to be able to fire off this Hydro Cannon, but it gets a low enough that we are able to farm down. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with a good switch in and not having to expend a shield there. All right, next game. Let's see, what do we find? This core of Shadow Feraligatr and this Drifblim is interesting. We're trying to cover the grass weaknesses. Here we have the Greninja. This Greninja is gonna be a problem. So they go for the Night Slash. We can tank one. We cannot tank another one. So we're gonna have to make a decision here. Do we let this go or do we try to farm it down? We decided to let it go. Try to come in with the Clodsire for the farm down. Oh, unfortunately, unable to get the farm down. They're going to be able to blast a Hydro Cannon. Huge damage. Already getting the Clodsire into the low yellow. We're going to switch out into the Drifblim. They counter swap into their Charizard. So we actually end up having the Core Breaker. Shadow Drifblim is able to grab a shield from this Charizard and get the farm down. So we have good energy here. They are going to come back in with the Cresselia. The Cresselia is a shadow, I believe. So they had double shadows in the back, and the Astonish fast move are just chunking away. So we're going to shield here so that we can at least get off the Astonish energy and damage. And then we're going to fire off this Icy Wind for the win. So GG's to our opponents. That was an interesting team that they had. Double shadows in the back with the Charizard. Haven't seen too many Charizards lately. All right, next we got the Shadow Feraligatr versus the Wigglytuff. Okay, not the best lead here, but we are going to be able to fire back with a Hydro Cannon. This is going to deal some chip damage. Not going to KO. They decided to tank it easily, and we're just going to save this energy and go into our Clodsire. What do they throw here? Okay, Icy Wind debuffs us, and they go into their Dugong. So it was a good read by our opponent. We are not running Stone Edge. This is the Sludge Bomb Clodsire to kind of help with the grass weaknesses of Feraligatr. You can see right here, they are going to be able to farm us down, which is not great. We're going to go back in here with the Feraligatr, fire off the Hydro. Maybe we get a shield. We really just need the shield. But our opponent is able to tank that move and save those shields for the backline. Icy Wind gets used, and now we have the Gligar to deal with. So Gligar is going to be tough. It is a shadow, but they're going to be so spammy, and they still have 2 shields and 3 Pokemon left. So this is probably not going to work out. Icy Wind, they let it go. They can just come back in here with the Wiggly. So GG's to our opponents. That was a tough team to deal with. Wiggly in the lead is very difficult. Maybe we could have stayed in and played the 1 shields, maybe. All right, here we go. We got the Feraligatr versus the Superior. This is all about baits and shields and who's gonna want to win the lead. You can see right here, we're gonna fire off the Hydro Cannon bait, so we do grab that shield back. Even shield situation. They fire off a pretty early move here. We think this is a Arrow Ace. It is gonna be the Arrow Ace, which allows us to reach the Ice Beam. This is going to get a shield or it's going to get the KO. They decided to let it go. Down goes the Superior. And Drapion comes in. Wow, we thought we had a great lead play, but now we have the Drapion, which is not great for our Drifblim. Clodsire is going to be taking a while to even get to these charge moves, so they're going to be able to fire off the Aqua Tail. It looked like we did get debuffed, so we're just gonna have to fire off this Earthquake and hope that they just let it go. Nope, they actually want it, and now we're just gonna have to try to manage energy. We catch an Aqua Tail, so that's really good. But of course, they have the Dunsparce in the back to counter our Drifblim. So looks like this was a RPS team. Unfortunately, not much we could have done. The Shadow Drapion was a really good pick for our team. Best thing we would have had on it was probably energy advantage on our Feraligatr. So unfortunately that went down in the lead matchup. All right, we got the Azumarill versus the Shadow Feraligatr. At least we are able to deal a lot of damage with our fast moves. You can see we do have the health advantage. They're going to go for a move here. Ends up being the player. We can tank one because all of these bubbles from the Azumarill fast moves are really not doing much. We're going to be farming up a ton of energy. In fact, we have 2 Hydro Cannons here. So we're going to fire off the first one, get into the low red. And then before they get to their next play route, we're going to be able to fire off another Hydro, and they decided to let it go. So it ends up being the the regular Drapion again. Drapion as a backline is going to be difficult. So we're going to have to play this a little bit differently. We're going to go for the Sludge Bomb bait. We do grab that shield, which is better than nothing. Here we're going to tank another move. Crunch does get used. They have back-to-back moves though, because they've been farming so much energy. We're gonna invest the shield here, and then they switch out into the Primate. So we're gonna use our Drifblim here. We are not really tanking a lot of fast move damage, but these charge moves are gonna be the problem. Here comes the second Rage Fist. We are going to shield here and hope that we can farm down, because we did sneak in that one Astonish. We do get the huge farm down. Now we're going to be able to have energy for this Drapion. Icy Wind gets used here, and we're going to be able to get to another one pretty quickly. So this is going to get the shield, or it's going to get the KO. They decided to shield it, and now we're just going to force them to use energy. They're trying to farm us down or build up to 2, but the Astonish damage is incoming, and we are able to win that. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.